mentioned intuition before.
Yeah.
You're naturally intuitive.
I'm very naturally intuitive.
And is there a way people can develop their intuition? Or is it something you're born with?
I think it's something you're born with, but I think it's also something that over time people tend to dampen and not listen to, and therefore bury it. I think that we all have intuition within us, and it's just a matter of, you know, actually listening to it and giving it a voice, so to say, you know?
Yeah. Have you had depression before?
Yeah. Yeah, through that time I was just mentioning to Bessie, I was heavily depressed. You know, I lost my dad, my grandpa, like people I love so much, my friend. Career, just everything, you know, I was working on these amazing projects that I invested so much money with voice coaching, with this and that, and then, you know, through various reasons, all within 1 week, everything went. It was just like my life as I knew it, apart from my beautiful man.
Yeah.
And, you know, my darling sister and my brother and, you know, my dog, but a massive part of my life as I knew it, and my stability and love all fell through. And I just was like, oh.
Okay. Yeah. And was it a one step at a time process coming out of it, or was it an epiphany? Wow, I've got to get over this, and bang, you were back on track again.
It was definitely a process, and there was a gentleman who came into my life called Alejandro Junge, who is an amazing doctor. Who at the time I didn't know who he was. He was just like a friend of mine from New York. Said, Annalise, meet Alex, meet Annalise. He literally contacted me 2 seconds later. I was like, oh, I've got to go for a walk, and I couldn't get out, and I've got to go for a walk, I've got to get out of bed. And he's like, I'm living down the road for the next 3 days. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm going for a walk. He goes, can I join you? And we nattered the whole way down to Clovelly and back, and he just started sharing with me his life story, which is documented in a book now, so it's not like I'm divulging his personal information, but he had suffered depression. I'm like, he's the most handsome, beautiful, intelligent man, you know, who had this amazing job at the head of a hospital in New York as a surgeon, and he just was miserable with his negative narrative. And I'm like, well, that's like me. I'm so grateful for my life. I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful. Like, I know I'm lucky and I've got this beautiful, but I'm miserable. Like, and basically he shared with me, and he told me so many amazing things about his life. And he inspired me, and I was like, that's when I decided I'm going to go to London. I'm going to get away from it for a while. I'm just going to get healthy. I'm going to eat super, like I didn't realise the extent of gluten.
Yeah.
And the effect of the serotonin, you know, how your belly creates 80% of serotonin, so that was pretty much blocked. Like, just really simple little things.
See, that's a really interesting thing. So people who are feeling depressed or whatever, they go and eat comfort foods, which of course are cake and wheat and toast, and
and
that
makes
just
it worse.
kills it.
Makes it worse. Yeah, totally. And then you don't want to exercise, and exercise is the best thing, you know. So, and it just makes it this tumbleweed of negativity.
So would you say that this guy, it was his life story that inspired you? In other words, you looked and thought, wow, my life isn't as bad as what he's had, and therefore I should be grateful? Or was it just the conversation in general? Or
no, it was the fact that he had been through what I was experiencing, and his life was just as successful as mine. Therefore, I felt guilt in feeling depressed because I'm so lucky. I'm blessed with a healthy body. I'm blessed with a beautiful husband. I live in the most amazing country. I'm definitely not unfortunate. And then for me to be feeling, yes, I lost my dad and all these things, but I've never been a victim. But for me to be feeling depressed, and then I was like, well, how selfish of me, like that.
Made it worse then.
Made it worse.
That's how I felt.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I just can't cope. And then it's like, oh, I'm strong, I can do anything. I'm usually like, you know, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know who this person was that was just wanting to crumble up and just get looked after, you know. Yeah. And he, having gone through that and come out the other side, was such an inspiration for me. And he, obviously, his tips and going on the cleanse, which I did, and just sorting myself out.
What was his book, by the way?
It's called Clean.
Oh, Clean.
Alejandro Junge, Clean, and yeah, he's amazing. He's a legend.
People want more from their lives.
Yeah.
And would you say that the things you've put into practice now, do you think that they will see you through future problems? Do you think now you have tools that will help you overcome?
Yeah.
Or do you still feel a little bit flapping in the breeze, for want of a better word?
No, I don't feel that I'm flapping in the breeze.
Sorry, terrible term.
again, from my original learnings with Steiner School have been such a blessing. I have had such strong foundations about being able to embrace change no matter where I live. My home is where my heart is, which is where I am, which is being in the present, etc., etc. More recently, my ability to know that, I guess, no matter how terrible the situation, you can make it better. Nothing is permanent. Change is there, and that's a positive thing. You know, and to be true and on track is something within yourself, and you know, trust your instincts, you know if you're right or you're not. And I think that now I feel I seriously could get through anything. And I have gotten through a lot of things in the past, but it's okay to need help and hugs, and it's okay to reassess, and it's actually probably, as I said, it's a blessing. Like, I really look at that time as, because I was going so fast and I was just like, I'm doing this life and traveling the world and modelling, and I actually didn't have time to come back and go, hey, what do I really, really, really want to do? And everything fell apart for a reason to make me do that, because otherwise I might have just continued, you know.
So do you goal set at all when things can fall apart as easy as they do? Do you goal set, or do you just literally go with the flow and where your heart tells you?
Both. I'm a true believer in positive affirmations. You do
say, okay, so tell me what you mean by that.
When I say positive affirmations, it's something I've done my whole life.
Really?
Always. I thank the universe for everything. Every time I get given a blessing, which is nearly every day, I thank the universe. I think being grateful is one thing. And positive affirmations, that please universe can da-da-da, like literally say it, visualize it.
So like a prayer sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess it's like a prayer. It's like a positive visualization of something and putting it out there to my spiritual world, which might be a prayer for someone else. But yeah, I guess it's like a prayer, and I do pray as well. Okay,
and is it a verbal thing? What happens on those days when you just don't feel positive, and so you go, oh, thank you, universe, I guess, for the the fact that it's not raining on me today?
No.
Do you?
If I'm feeling like that, I just go.
Don't say it.
No, if I'm feeling like that, you just go, have a grumble, go train, have a good sweat, do yoga. Our Lady be feeling fabulous again. I don't think you should ever be insincere with, particularly not with the universe.
So but just a lot of people think that if they say that, the whole secret thing where if you visualize something, it'll come to you. They think that if they think about it and they say it enough times, it'll come. But there's no heart in it. There's no real.
Oh, it has to have heart. You have to have heart. Same as with healing. You can't go to a homeopath or a kinesiologist going, oh, come on, I don't believe in this shit, but come on, heal me. Like, you have to believe.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Belief is in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in everything oh gosh, otherwise I don't think anything can happen. Okay,
so half of the reason most people don't get anywhere is because they refuse to believe. And they don't believe because they have no proof, but the proof is in the believing.
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's something I just discovered just the last year. It's taken me this long. Don't.
Better late than never.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. That was really
pleasure.
great. And I think I covered it. Is there anything else you want to say on these lines that might help people that you can think of?
What I think is, it's just so difficult because we're all different. We all tick differently. We all, we're different.
Yeah.
For me personally, what I know really helped me, and what I still to this very day do, if I have a bad day, if I get overwhelmed, I have a tendency to think too much and to be excruciatingly oversensitive, hypersensitive, and with that comes a lot of self-criticism, and then I can't cope, and so if I'm having one of those days, pull it all back, breathe. Breathing is really important, and then look at it, write down your list of what needs to be done urgently, or your wish list, or whatever it is, the things that you dislike in your life, the things that you like, whatever it is, write it down, and then you can actually see in black and white what's rational, what's irrational, what's doable, what's not doable, what needs to be done urgently, what doesn't, and then half the time it's like, hey, it's all okay. That's just negative narrative. I can get on, I can do that. That's doable.